Hi Loren, thank you so much for joining me on our next episode of Be The Drop. I'm super excited to hear all about Business Addicts, and I know you've brought in your item of significance, so I was wondering if you could explain to us what that is and how it connects you with your community.
My item of significance is actually a giant hashtag, and that hashtag is Business Addicts, and it is the name of the podcast that I co-host with Fiona Redding from The Happiness Hunter. And we have we've really built the whole community and the whole business and the whole brand around this particular hashtag. And it's significant to the community, one, because, well, this particular thing, when we go to events, we take the hashtag with us, we hold it up, people recognize the hashtag, they come and say, oh, I've listened to your podcast, and it opens up a conversation. And also the hashtag is something that a lot of our community use to share stuff. So might be going for a walk with their headphones on, listening to the podcast, and they'll take a quick selfie and then they'll share it using the Business Addicts hashtag and let us know where they're listening to the podcast.
You mentioned that you've been working on Business Addicts for a couple of years now. How long did it really take for you to build traction with your community?
Fiona just shared on Facebook the other day a photo of the two of us when we went for our first walk together, where we discussed the concept of Business Addicts. So for me, I wanted to develop a podcast for a good couple of years, and then I finally got around to the point of going, no, this really needs to happen, and starting to work out what that was going to look like. And that's when I brought Fiona on board to be my co-host. And so that was probably around this time 2 years ago. And we started, before we actually launched the podcast, of just drip feeding a little bit of information out there to get other people excited about the concept of what we were developing. So I'd say it's probably coming on close to 2 years, even though the podcast has probably been around for about 18 months.
Obviously, you've got a podcast, and that's one of your key ways of communicating. What other platforms are you using to spread the Business Addicts message?
Yeah, so I have to say it's the Facebook group that we've created. So we created a Facebook page because you have to have a Facebook page these days, particularly if you want to do any Facebook advertising, you want a public profile, that kind of stuff. The page is important, but the page isn't the thing that we focus our energy on. And there's very little content on the page, to be honest, compared to what goes on in the group. So the group is where people can talk to people, and, you know, Facebook's algorithms actually favor activity within groups over what's actually happening and being posted on pages anyway. So we're finding that that's working really well. But we're also using a combination of email marketing, so people can sign up to get email updates around the podcast, and we provide other information in there. So we might, be promoting an event we're doing or something in the emails as well. We do use Twitter. We do use also Instagram and LinkedIn. So we are across quite a few of the platforms, because in my other business for Impactiv8, I actually teach and manage social media. So that's kind of my baby, and I make sure that we're kind of covering all bases there. But I would have to say, across all the things that we're doing, Facebook groups is the one thing that, like, if I had to give everything else up, I'd keep that.
Thank you so much for joining me, Loren. I've absolutely loved hearing all about Business Addicts. And I'd like, in conclusion, for you to share with me Loren's Be The Drop tip. And that's your top communication tip.
Yep. So my top communication tip would probably be overshare. And I say that in as much as the more you can be sharing things beyond just the facts and the key messages that you want to get across, the more connected your community is going to be. So tell them about the crap day you had. Tell them about the success you had, the struggles, those things, the funny story of when you burst into tears when you met someone that you just have a full-on business crush on or something like that. These are the things I talk about in the show. And they're the things that people absolutely love. So they actually get to know, like, and trust you, and want to get to know you even better, and really want to be part of that community, and want to meet you and want to engage in conversations and stuff, rather than just, oh, here's some cool stuff you might want to learn.
So it's really peel back those layers.
Yeah, definitely.
And let people in. Oh, sensational. Thank you so much, Loren. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure for me. Thank you.